Hi, Mason again. It's time to find out exactly what's going to happen in the next Syracuse game. This is No Wrong Answers. Here's Brian.
Oh, Mason. He's burning the noon oil here today. Thank you, Mason. Thank you, Mason. No Wrong Answers. Syracuse of Virginia Tech. The Orange heading in off. Honestly, yeah, I know the Hofstra loss happens. I'm going to say this. The Orange are heading into this game off, to me, the most discouraging loss of the season. I'm coming out of Saturday more discouraged than I was after the Hofstra game. The Hofstra game, you're without Donnie Freeman. You kind of just wanted to walk about there for a while. You play like crap, whatever. All right. Since Donnie's been back, the team's been locked more in. The team has been playing a lot better and whatnot. But to let realistically your easiest road game remaining in league get away like it got away on Saturday against Boston College, that is going to be a hard one to recover from. And now you enter a stretch of the schedule here when you're looking at Virginia Tech, Miami, NC State all coming up in a row. None of these teams are a lock for the tournament, but they're all definitely in the mix right now. And if Syracuse wants to get themselves back in the mix, they're going to need a way to start actually winning some of these games. And it's one where, had they handled their business and, done what I thought they were going to do at BC on Saturday, I'd be going into Wednesday night being like, all right, okay. I get it. Virginia Tech's playing decently, and Virginia Tech has only suffered heartbreaking losses this year. They just won by 7 at Notre Dame, but their losses recently, we were talking about this with Mike Waters on the program last week. They lost on the buzzer beater to SMU last week. They lost by 1 to Stanford. They lost by 3 at Wake Forest. Like, they've only lost these heartbreaking games in league. Right now they're 14-5, 3-3 in the league. They're like literally 3 plays away from being 17-2 and 6-0 in the league, and us having a very different different thought on this Virginia Tech team coming in. But they are, I think, a very solid team. This is not necessarily a team of names that you're going to recognize and be like, oh, yeah, that guy, and we know this guy. Their leading scorer is Amani Hansberry at nearly 16 points a game. They're always a team that shoots a lot of threes under Mike Young. They're taking a lot. They're making about 35% of their threes, so they're going to be coming from most everybody on the roster because they'll just spread it out and get the ball up. It's not the dudes that they had when they shockingly won the ACC tournament a few years ago. All those guys are now gone, but it's a team. I look at Jaden Shutt, who's made 47 threes this year and shooting 42% beyond the arc. Off the bench for the most part, that's a guy you got to watch out for, but you got plenty of guys you need to keep an eye on from beyond the arc in this game. But mostly here in this game on Wednesday night, what I'm watching out for is, all right, Syracuse, you just went out and laid an egg against potentially the worst team in the league in Boston College. At least the worst I've seen so far. You laid an egg. You should have won the game. You had multiple opportunities to win a game, and you laid an egg. How are you bouncing back from this? How are you bouncing back from this? Because if you can bounce back and somehow beat Virginia Tech, beat Miami, beat NC State, let's say win 2 of these 3 games. If you could win 2 of these 3 games, you're kind of back in an all right position. But not any of these games are going to be easy to win. The first 2 at home here. These are the type of games, Virginia Tech, Miami, good teams, but you have them on your home court. These are the type of games that NCAA tournament teams win. And I say that both ways. Going on the road and winning a type of game like this, and certainly defending home court and winning a game like this. These are the type of games that for all parties are going to be very, very important games down the line here. Like if Virginia Tech is going to scoot their way back in position, can you go on the road and get another? And if you're Syracuse, if you're going to stop the bleeding, you need to go and beat a Virginia Tech team in the Dome and they've not done well in these late night tips. All right, bring your own energy, right? Be ready to go. It's a 9 o'clock game on Wednesday night. And Syracuse, you got to be going from the jump. And then, apologies, no dips, please. No dips. Perhaps not the... I think Red also needs to re-examine. I don't mind you're playing all 9 guys. They should be playing all 9 guys. The subbing needs to be just a little more, meshed together so it's not like, well, now the starters are out. Like, what do we, like, we got to stagger it a little bit. There's the word I was trying to think of. Can we stagger the substitutions a little bit so you have something resembling a rotation here going forward? So, all right, no wrong answers. Syracuse, Virginia Tech, 9 o'clock Wednesday night in the Dome. Let's start with Donnie Freeman. Donnie had a weird game last time out. 19 points, 14 rebounds. Pause. 7 turnovers. Woo! All right, Donnie's not having 7 turnovers again. But Saturday exposed something that Virginia Tech would be foolish not to do, and that we've wondered when it was coming. Especially after halftime, BC started sending doubles at Donnie all the time. And for a variety of reasons, trying to force the issue, he's the best guy, teammates not moving without the ball. There were a lot of reasons for it. Donnie was trying to force the action too much into double teams, and because of that, Donnie was turning the ball over. Virginia Tech has to look at that and do something simpler. They'd be stupid not to, and Mike Young's too good of a coach not to see that and do that. So how is Donnie going to handle that? And more importantly, Donnie's a willing passer. If somebody's cutting off the ball and Donnie's doubled, he's 6'11". Like, he can pass the ball over the top and find somebody. No wrong answers. Like, Donnie's still going to be the best player on the court in this game. We're going to go 22 points, 9 rebounds, and let's get it back down to 2 turnovers in the game for Donnie. I think Donnie will be fine on Wednesday night. He's not my problem. The other 7 turnover guy, Nate George, though. Like, what's going on? Nate George had back-to-back games where he combined for 24 assists. Against Boston College, Nate George went 2 assists and 7 turnovers. What was going on, Nate George? He can't be that bad in this game. I don't think it's possible. That said, how good's he going to be? Nate George, let's give him 10 points, 5 assists, 6 turnovers. I think it's going to be another wobbly kind of game for Nate George against Virginia Tech. No wrong answers, J.J. Starling. I think J.J. will have a solid game. Let's give J.J. 14 points in this one. Staying at the guard spot, no wrong answers, Kyan Anthony. He's been on the struggle bus. I don't see that changing in this game against the Hokies. 6 points, but nothing of consequence for Kyan in the game. Nate King's coming off his best career game. That's good to see. I think Nate keeps it going a little bit. He won't score 27, but how about 12 points and 7 rebounds, and solid defense as always for Kings. Tyler Betsy, more than the squadouche, less than the career high 18 points that he had the game prior. A couple of threes for Tyler Betsy in the game. Front line, William Kyle, Sadiq White. I think Kyle will have a fine game. I'll give him 10 points and 8 rebounds. I think it might be a struggling game for Sadiq White as he continues to ride the roller coaster here this season. He's a freshman. So let's toss it all. In the pile. I told you about Virginia Tech's 3-point shooting. Here's my main worry. I think Virginia Tech's going to hit too many threes in the ball game. No wrong answers. Final score from the Dome: the Hokies 82 and the Orange 75 as Syracuse gives it a run, but not enough against a fellow potentially mid-pack team in the ACC this year. Remember, after the game, we'll be here late night. Last late night, Syracuse and was it Georgia Tech last week? Well, we had a crowd late night, so let's do it again. Stay up late. We'll be going 11-ish after the game on Wednesday night. You're in the right place right now here on YouTube. Why not like, subscribe, become a member of the channel, all that good stuff, and you'll get the notifications of exactly when to come back to the channel after for our post-game show for Syracuse and Virginia Tech.